Now this came up on my timeline. It's got almost 100,000 views. It's trending. Can I talk about him? I don't know if I can talk about him on YouTube. Is he persona non grata? I think he still has a channel. I don't know. I'm not going to make it a habit. Is he a right-winger, though? Because I understand he claims to be. But has he actually voted or endorsed a right-wing candidate in the last 12 years? Like, legit question, you know? I guess, like, it's a new type of thinking where you're a right-winger, but you vote Democrat. Whatever. You know, it is what it is. He talks about something interesting. You guys know about what happened in Minneapolis, right? I assume you do. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm already talking about Fuentes. If I also talk about Minneapolis, YouTube will castrate me, and I actually like my balls. So, but Nick is saying something very interesting here. He's basically saying that Christianity is not the ideology of contempt, spite, and malice. And he basically doesn't like the level of cruelty that is appearing on the right. He says that there is a lot of cruelty on the left, and they have like their own cancel culture, and they have like their own version of cruelty. And every time like there's something happening with an immigrant, they automatically blame right-wingers and they want to see them deplatformed, that they want to see them starving. And he calls that left-wing cruelty. But he says that now, especially when this event happened, where you have a transgender individual that apparently drew himself or herself or whatever the fuck as a demonic entity, right? Like, for those of you that actually saw it, it was on Twitter, like, they drew themselves looking in a mirror and a demon was looking in. And so Nick Fuentes says that this is a battle against Satan. It's not political. It's a battle between good and evil. And he doesn't like to see people like Matt Walsh immediately starting to turn this into a culture war. And like, here's the thing, right? I do believe that the modern version of Christianity on the internet, like not the one from in the churches from the real life, but the Christianity of the Discords, the Christianity of Twitter, yes, like it has a tremendous amount of spite, right? And disdain, and I have yet to see them use forgiveness or mercy in any situation, right? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm talking like specifically about the internet. And I think that's because that's what gets clicks, right? Like, that's what gets liked, that's what gets people to trend. You put a free run picture, you say how much disgust and disdain and how you want to crush the degenerates, and that's pretty much what the algorithm puts up. So, like, maybe there are Christians on the internet that are merciful and compassionate and kind, but we don't see them because the algorithm suppresses them, right? So basically, like, Nick Fuentes tries to talk about the fact that this level of compassion and mercy doesn't exist anymore. But here's my take about it, you know? The reason that it happened is actually quite predictable. As a doctor, I can tell you that people that have hormonal imbalance, for whatever reason, but whether you have like extremely high or extremely low testosterone as a man, you're going to be prone to mood swings, you're going to be prone to depression, you're going to be prone to emotional outbursts. Now, obviously, some people are very capable of keeping that in check. Like, you can have a normal life while having emotional outbursts, right? But when you increase the number to 10,000, 100,000 people, it takes only one, right? So, like, the environmental factor is there. But the second thing is the ideology, man. Like, go on Reddit. Like, there were people cheering that this happened, you know, saying that Republican kids deserved it, saying, like, all the nasty shit, you know, the demonic stuff that Fuentes is talking about it, is on Reddit. And so the question is, why is it on Reddit? Well, because Reddit is not an actual social media platform that allows free speech. It's a social media platform where you can only say what the moderators allow you to say, and you can only moderate if the Reddit company allows you to moderate. And so, like, they're an editorial company that are actively, like, pushing for this type of extreme radical ideology, which says that if you misgender a trans person is genocide, that everything bad that happens to trans people is because of bigots that don't affirm them, right? And they like constantly ingrain this into their head over and over and over. And the rhetoric is insanely violent. You know, that they have pictures with guns and stuff and like constantly posted. And so like, what do you expect? You know, like in law school, we would call this stochastic terrorism. Now there are two ways to fix this, okay? Because I'm not for censorship, by the way. There are two ways to fix this. Like, number one, remove all censorship, right? All censorship gone from the internet. Let people say whatever the fuck they want. And you're going to have the same internet that you had before 2016. Where good ideas resurface, right? Like, if you have, like, some edgy boy, he's going to be mocked into submission. Like, people are going to mock him, make fun of him, ridicule him, treat him like a lol cow. And it's going to be viewed very uncool and unedgy what they're doing, right? But if they're in an environment where they're the only ones that get to speak and the more far left you are, the more edgy you're viewed, yeah, you're going to get shit like happened in Minneapolis. It's inevitable based on the numbers. And it's going to keep happening, right? Like, this is why it's happening lately. You have an extremist ideology that goes around unchecked. And this is why, you know, when Matt Walsh calls it, Matt Walsh doesn't do something bad. It's Nick Fuentes that's the problem. Get the fuck out of the way, man. Get the fuck out of the way. Like, let people talk about the problem, right? Because the other solution, if you don't want censorship, that's fine. Okay, you don't want censorship. Censor the far left then. You know, censor everyone. Like, if the terms of service says you're not allowed to instigate to violence, why is it that when the far left instigates to violence, that's fine? You know, you have a right-winger posting a meme or posting something edgy, immediately banned, but then a leftist, like, actively promotes, cherishes, and glorifies violence against some of the most vulnerable members of society, and that is allowed to stay. It's like, get the fuck out. You know, you can't have it like that. Either you uncensor everything or you censor both. And that's the problem. And people have to talk about it. Because the reason people are talking about it is not the culture war, you know, it's like, oh, it's the branding or whatnot. I mean, sure, you know, maybe Matt Walsh gets some subscribers over this, whatever. But, like, people want the solution. Like, they don't want another one. Like, how many do they need to happen until people say, okay, well, maybe there's a problem with this type of rhetoric? Right? Like you have activists that dial the hysteria to 11. Like you have J.K. Rowling saying that she doesn't believe a man can become a woman, and immediately, like, they're saying that she's committing transgenocide. It's like, hold on a little bit. Why is this level of hysteria all of a sudden permissible? Because, like, imagine if right-wingers would do that. You know, like, someone would be like, oh, I'm in favor for a single immigrant coming in the country, and people were acting like, oh, so you're in favor of replacement and blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, if the right-wingers do that, they immediately get suppressed, banned. Why can't the same rules be applied to both or remove the rules? Simple. As for the Christians, yeah, like, sure, you know, like, there is a problem with Christians on the internet. You want to see real Christians? Go outside. Go to a church. They exist. I can attest to that. Like, there are good Christians out there. On the internet, the algorithm doesn't show you. They hide them. So you get the assholes. And of course, like, it's profitable. You know, if Matt Walsh goes out there and talks about forgiveness and compassion, he doesn't get a single click. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.